Buffles here as Mavis Vermillion from Fairy Tale. I wanted to do a little story time video today. I'm going to be talking about my first ever convention and what got me into cosplaying. So if you're interested, please feel free to continue watching. If not, then I will see you in my next cosplay video. So my story actually begins with Anime Next and New York Comic Con. Now, Anime Next is a convention that pretty much all of my friends went to in high school because I used to live in New Jersey, so you know, Anime Next was in Central Jersey back in the day, so pretty much everyone that I knew who was into anime went to Anime Next. I always really wanted to go to Anime Next, but since during high school I didn't have a car, I didn't have a license until I was a senior because, you know, there's like a certain age when you get your driver's license in the United States. I couldn't like drive by myself even after I had my license because when you have a provisional license, you know, you have to go with your parents. And my parents weren't too keen on the idea of me going to like a convention about anime and like, you know, rooming with a bunch of friends from school because a lot of my friends, when they went, they would get a hotel room and they would just stay at the Somerset Hotel like the entire weekend, and my parents were not okay with that. So I was unable to go to anything in high school. It was very sad, but when I got into college that changed because I had a car and I had my license, so I could pretty much drive to whatever I wanted to go to. The only problem is, since I wasn't in the cosplay community, I didn't really know about too many conventions. I definitely knew about Anime Next since all of my friends went, but I knew that Anime Next was always in the summer. It was always during finals week, like when I was back in high school, so I definitely knew that was in the summer. But when I started school, I actually ended up going to Comic-Con before I went to Anime Next. Now this is kind of funny since when I started going to Comic-Con, I was actually, you know, going to the museum. Now I didn't go to Comic-Con in 2010 when I actually figured out that it was going on, you know, in October. I ended up going to Comic-Con in 2011 because, you know, in 2010 I was going to the Museum of Modern Art, you know, for an art history report. And then next year I knew that it was going to be in October for sure, since, you know, usually conventions are held the same time of year every year. So I had asked my parents, you know, can I get a New York Comic Con pass for my birthday, since my birthday is in September and, you know, the convention is in October. They were like, yeah, sure. So New York Comic Con 2011 was my first ever convention. I didn't cosplay at that convention. At that time I had only done a closet cosplay of Kiba from Naruto. I had basically bought my cosplay off of eBay because, you know, back then everyone buys their stuff off of eBay. You know, that's pretty much the only website that I knew of other than like Amazon back in the day that like sold cosplay stuff, so that was my go-to website. But anyways, New York Comic Con rolls around. I didn't have a cosplay back then because all I did was like super casual Kiba from Naruto. So I just went in like my everyday clothes. I go to Comic-Con and then I see all of these amazing people dressed up from like Sailor Moon and Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z. And that just brings back all of my childhood memories, and I'm just like, wow, this is really cool. I definitely want to cosplay. So after going to the con, I was like, next year, New York Comic Con 2012, I'm definitely going to cosplay. So I started getting everything, you know, all ready for next year. I actually ended up doing a very casual cosplay in 2012. That was when the Nyan Cat website had just like first been released, and I was just going like crazy over it because I love cats and I just thought it was super cute. So my friend Deathly Dreams on DeviantArt actually crocheted me a Nyan Cat website a scarf, and what I did is that I wore a blue dress and I put the scarf over the dress, so that was like my casual cosplay, but it went over really well since, you know, Nyan Cat was all the rage back in the day. So people were amazed by that, and I was just like, yeah, that was during Manga Next 2012, so a little bit before Anime Next and way before Comic-Con. That was like, you know, something casual, something easy, since I already had the dress and my friend made the scarf for me, so it was really cute. I have some pictures like on my DeviantArt from way back then. So I go to Anime Next. At that time, I didn't have a cosplay other than Nyan Cat website, but that was pretty cool, you know. I had a fun time at Anime Next 2012. My first Anime Next, it was lit. It was some good shit back then. So, can I say shit on YouTube? Whatever. But anyways, so I had been waiting for New York Comic Con 2012 because, you know, since I'd been planning for a year, I was like, oh my god, I'm definitely going to do like a really cool cosplay. Back then I didn't know how to sew. So I ended up doing a casual cosplay, but I had gotten all the stuff off of Amazon and like my local stores, so I felt pretty proud since, you know, I was like hunting to get everything for this cosplay. I ended up cosplaying Yukari from Another, I think that's her name. She is the Umbrella Death Girl. That's pretty much what she has known as. I'm sorry for spoilers, but in the show, which is basically a horror anime, she dies by the umbrella. Like, she falls down the stairs and the umbrella kind of impales her. It's really weird, but anyway, so I decided to cosplay as her at New York Comic Con 2012. That was like the cosplay I was waiting to debut. You know, I got all my fake blood and I, you know, put it on me when I was cosplaying as her. I felt pretty good. I felt really happy to cosplay as her. It just made me really excited to do more cosplays, since that was like one of the, you know, first things that I had been planning for so long, and just to like, you know, bring it to a convention, it was a really great time. I had so much fun cosplaying as her, and, you know, doing my Nyan Cat website, you know, at Manga Next and Anime Next 2012, so that's pretty much what got the ball rolling. 2013, that is when I made my first cosplay by myself. I taught myself how to sew, and the reason is because I wanted to cosplay as Aries from Fairy Tail, since I was super into Fairy Tail, and I was like, Aries is so cute, she's adorable, I just want to cosplay as her. For those of you who do not know Fairy Tail, Aries is basically a Gajinka of a ram. So she is just so adorable. She got her little horns, you know, she got her fluff, she got her pink hair. It is so cute. So back then, I pretty much only knew about Amazon and eBay, so I did get my wig off of Amazon. It was kind of hard to find her cosplay because she has a very unique design, so since I couldn't really find her cosplay online, which is what I had been doing with, like, you know, Kiba from Naruto and my cosplay from Another, since that was pretty much just like a schoolgirl outfit, I decided that I was gonna sew my outfit. Now, I actually didn't know that Joann's existed. I didn't really know about fabric stores since I was not into sewing. Like, I did art back in high school, but I was always, you know, doing painting or drawing or, you know, that kind of stuff. I didn't really do the whole sewing thing, so I ended up going to Walmart. I picked out some fleece, you know, for being Walmart fabric, it's actually really good quality, and I think I did a good job on my Aries cosplay. I have since then remade my cosplay a few times, but I was so proud to debut her in 2013. Like, the first convention that I debuted her at was ZenkaiCon 2013, and that's actually my favorite convention, since that was the first time, you know, I cosplayed, you know, as a character, and I made the outfit myself, so I was just super proud. And then I made my first convention friends, and By convention friends, I mean people that I have not met at school before. You know, I haven't met them anywhere else before, and we just became friends since we were all cosplaying from Fairy Tail, and we were just having a great time hanging out together. So I was just so happy to cosplay as Aries and make my first convention friends. So ZenkaiCon 2013 is very close to my heart. It is a very important convention, and it just, you know, got me into cosplaying. I was super duper excited to cosplay Aries. I was so proud of her because I'm like, this is the first time I made something by myself for, you know, for cosplay, and it just felt amazing. And I pretty much wore her to like every convention that I went to that year since I was just so proud of her. And back then I didn't really have too many cosplays, so didn't have that many choices, but I was just so happy to cosplay as her. And I have since then remade her so many times, and I told myself that I'm going to make one Fairy Tail cosplay a year for every year that I'm cosplaying, so that's my plan. At least one Fairy Tail cosplay, because I have so many plans for Fairy Tail costumes, so makes me so happy. But yeah, I had so much fun cosplaying, and like, since I had my driver's license and I had a car, I was able to drive to ZenkaiCon by myself. And, you know, I think that it's good that it took me until college, you know, my sophomore year of college, to start going to conventions, because back in high school, I would have had to rely on my parents for everything. At least now I can drive myself to these places. I could take public transportation without getting lost, and it feels pretty great to like go to these events and, you know, just get myself there and get myself home without getting lost. Oh my god, I have so many stories of me getting lost while trying to drive to a convention for the first time. That was before I had a smartphone, but I'll share those stories a different time. But yeah, like I said, like, cosplaying is so much fun. It doesn't matter if you guys make your own things or if you buy them online, because like I said, some of my cosplays, I bought them online. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as you don't lie to people when they ask you if you made it or if you bought it. Like, it's all good. And if you're entering a costume contest and they have a rule that you have to make your costume yourself, just please don't enter anything that you bought or commissioned, because that is no good. But yeah, so that's pretty much how I got started going to conventions and cosplaying. I know I'm a total newbie when it comes to going to conventions. Like, I didn't start until I was a sophomore in high school. I was already 19 years old when I started going to cons. I know a lot of people start 13, 14 years old, but you know, I think it's good that I got started in college and I was able to go to conventions by myself without having to rely on my parents or rely on like someone else to take me there, so it's all good. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed my little story time talking about, you know, how I got into cosplaying and going to conventions. I think I'll do a few more story time videos whenever I get the chance. My next cosplay event is going to be NJIT MiniCon at the end of this month. I'm definitely going to do a vlog there. I also have a private cosplay event that I'm going to, so I'll probably do a vlog or two about that. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and that you'll enjoy my future videos. Like, it makes me so happy to share all my cosplaying with everyone, and I have a really fun time sharing my stories about cosplaying and going to events and everything. It just makes me really happy. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will check in with you again next week. Please enjoy.